Hello programmers, Spidy is back with one another video. In previous video we have seen a POC about a GPT-4 chatbot enable chat history using LangChain, and we have created that chatbot API with Lambda and API gateway. Now we are going to today explore a new POCs, and if you are new to Machine Learning Hub YouTube channel, you can find a different POCs related to SageMaker and AWS AI machine learning Python, and there are tons of videos are available into our YouTube channel, so you can just subscribe this YouTube channel and you will seeing the lots of real-time POCs with AWS SageMaker and ML services or LLM services. So without wasting time, let's get started. So today we are going to see about a new POC. In this POC, what we are going to do is we are going to create a document extractor tool. Now what do you mean by a document extractor? So let me tell you a backend of Indian legal softwares. So basically if you are filling ITR or anything you are legally doing, right? So whenever, they will always ask you to upload your documents either in image format or PDF format. Now how they are processing the document, like earlier days it used to be a manual procedure. Like some person will be there and they will manually writing the Aadhar number, PAN number, and all those things will be there. Now in terms of AI, LLMs are capable enough to doing this task. So now all these procedures are automated and accurate. So what system we are going to develop is we will just uploading the over any kind of legal documents, either it is Aadhar card, PAN card, passport, or any other legal document. It will automatically get the translation and particular extraction of it, even though if the document is in Hindi language, Gujarati language, any other Indian languages, still it can able to translate that particular words into the English format, and then you can extract that particular data. Now data output would be in a JSON format. So we are going to build this POC from the scratch, and we are going to use the services like S3 bucket, SQS, AWS Lambda function, Bedrock. Bedrock would be we are going to use LLM model from LLM model. So we are going to explore all these things in detail. So without wasting time, let's get started. This is just a high level overview, and these videos might be a little longer. So let me start from the outline. So video outline I have already explained. Now we are going to see the architecture. So whenever there is a new POC begins, we need to have a on paper architecture to be created. Now before creating architecture, we need to have some rough idea like which services we are going to use. So basically in this software world, we are going to do a lots of documentation and other stuff, right? But for just a video creation purpose, I'm just putting all these things in a note, somewhere noting down, and then I'm going to create a architecture. So let me go through the architecture. So architecture I have already created, so I don't want to waste my time to creating the architecture, but yes, we are going to explore the architecture over here. So now if you can see my screen, this is the draw.io, and now what we are going to do is we are just going to explore the architecture. Now this is the small and simple architecture because POC is small. So now what is the end outcome, and you can see all those steps are there. Now in step 1 we'll be anticipating the documents upload. Now I'm not assuming that this will be the API or anything, right? I'm just assuming that someone will upload data into the S3 bucket. Now this can be anything, either done using API, SDK. Okay, because currently this is not a part of scope that we are going to create API to upload data in S3 bucket. I'm just assuming that someone will upload data in S3 bucket, and for a testing purpose I'm just going to do it manually once document is uploaded into S3 bucket. Now for simpler purpose, as of now I will be anticipating the documents would be only in a image format. Okay, but in the real case it can be in PDF format, and yes, we can do PDF processing with Python and those things we can do, but for making it simple I'm just using as a image format. Now this image can be anything. Okay, any legal document. Once document is uploaded, you can see step 1. Now it will move towards the step 2. Now what we are going to use is SQS queue. If you don't know what is SQS queue is about FIFO. If you have studied this term in your IT or CS background, first in first out, right? So we are going to use a queue, but we are going to create a standard SQS queue. Why queue? To decouple the architecture. Just example, if this is a production workload, okay, and in 1 single second, if there are thousands of documents coming into the S3 bucket, then we need to think in terms of the scalable solution. So for that we have added here SQS. So SQS queue will automatically handle the scaling, and it will decouple the whole solution. Now what is SQS responsibility? It will treat this as a message. in queue there will be one message published that it will show that there is some document here. Now to process the document, it will send, or you can consider it will trigger a next portion, which is a Lambda function. Now in step 3, it will start the trigger the Lambda function. Now what Lambda function will do, from the SQS queue body, it will read the details ki which document come to us. Okay, now it will read the S3 URI. S3 URI is nothing but a path of your original document. Now whenever you are going to read the S3 URI, you will get the access of actual document. Now my Lambda function can get an access of any other document, either it could be PNG, JPG, or any other image format. Okay, whatever code you have written. Now Lambda function code we need to write in a Python script. Now if you want to add more features, like if you want to add more extensions, like it should be having support of PDF as well, you can write a code like that. Okay, but as of now, for make it simpler, I'm just reading the image format. Now once I started the reading of all these images, okay, any document, now what we need to do here, we are going to use LLM approach. So what we'll be doing, first of all, we are going to get the read of image, we'll convert that image into the bytes, binary, you can consider bytes of image, and those bytes, base 64 bytes, will be providing to my LLM model. Now as a LLM model, I can use GPT-3, so not GPT-3 because GPT-3 is not enabled for Vision API. GPT-4 you can use, but in Bedrock we are having the models like Sonnet or Haiku. We can use that model to read the images. Okay, so what I am going to do is, with prompt engineering, I am going to tell my LLM model that this is a document. Now you just classify this document and give us the output. Now what Bedrock model will do, it will give you the written output in a JSON format, because the prompt we have designed like this. So it will return us the JSON output. Once JSON is there, this Lambda, what it will do, it will dump the JSON into the S3 bucket. Okay, with the same name of document. If my document name is kushal_aadhar.png, so what would be my JSON? kushal_aadhar.json. Now this JSON will be containing all the informations like my Aadhar number, my Aadhar card details, what is my address, all those things it will be containing. Now all this information can be used by your downstream application. Okay, either you are using API or you want to fetch this information somewhere in your any application, you can use this information. You can go to read this particular S3 prefix, or either you can change the flow, either you can create a any REST API for this. Okay, this is just a simple flow, and I think yeah, so you can see now you are in sync with the architecture, like step 1 from having document to step 4 to get the JSON output of it. Now we are done with the architecture. Now what we are going to do is, we are just going to implement this in real time. Okay, so now to have this implementation, you need to have AWS account enabled. Okay, second thing is, yes, you will be get some cost for the resources that you are going to use, like like you can consider for LLM model, you will be get cost while invocation. If you are making any API call, so that will be, you will be get charged. And like I will be also getting charged for S3 bucket Lambda function, because my account is more than 1 year, I mean it's created more than 2 years back, right? So I will be getting charged for each and everything. But if your account is new, you will not get charged for the Lambda function in any, because 1 million calls will be free. Okay, so guys, just to show you this tutorial, I am going to implement this in account with burning my cost. Okay, so I just want that you make it appreciation, and like and share this video, and just comment down to just give me a motivation. And if you have any points or concern, you can just put down your concerns over there. Okay, will be responded to that. Now let's get back to the console. Now what is the thing that we need to do? First of all, 2.1 S3 bucket creation, then we are going to create Lambda function. We are going to see the code as well. Okay, so S3 bucket I already have created before, so I'm not going to create one more S3 bucket again. But if you don't know how to create S3 bucket, it's just a simple procedure. Click on create S3 bucket. I would be performing this POC in AP South 1 Mumbai region. You can choose any other POC, I mean any other region according to nearest location. So you can give any random bucket name. Another configuration you can leave to default. Okay, so I've already created this bucket temp S3 bucket 1 Kushal. I know this name is very weird. Okay, I have created one prefix, so you can maintain this prefix. So I just created Indian Document Extractor. And there is one folder I have created, input data. You can give any random name. Okay, so this is the thing that I have created. Here I will be uploading the data. Now in terms of validation, I'm not going to use any of the real document. I just found some of the documents in Google, and I'm sure that these are the fake documents created by, I mean, in Google Images, like fake Aadhar card, fake ABA card, PAN card, fake passport. So all these things, even through document that we are going to use, that would be the fake one. Okay, I don't want to put my identity over the internet. Okay, but you can, I mean, I have tried this with my own legal documents and it's working well. Okay, now in terms of your legal document piracy or privacy of data, LLM, I mean, if you are going to use a Bedrock, there is a less chances that, because there will be no data outside of your AWS account and internet, so you don't need to worry that if you have given your Aadhar card details or anything, so that will be outside of internet. No, your data will be safe with AWS Bedrock, and so data will be, I mean, you don't need to worry for a data concern, because I have also checked with my original legal documents and this solution is working well. I have because I have my all the documents are in my native language Gujarati, but still it can able to give me the English transcription of it. I mean, English, all the data in JSON format, including my proper Aadhar number and other stuff. Okay, now data have you uploaded, you can create this input data folder. Okay, SQS. Now what we need to do, as per the second part of procedure, we need to create a Lambda function. So let me go back to Lambda console. We need to create Lambda function with Python. Okay, I'm just giving the name. Always give a meaningful name. Okay, version 1.0. so point is not allowed, you can put a hyphen. Choose runtime, I would be more prefer with the older version 3.11, not going to latest one. Okay, create a new role with basic Lambda permission, create function. It will take some time, I think 5 to 7 seconds. So once Lambda function is created, what we need to do, till then I will going to explain with the code that I have written. Then we need to set up SQS policy and queue. Then we need to enable the SQS event. Then we need to enable SQS S3 trigger with AWS Lambda function. I mean, lots of things we need to do, but it will be going with the flow wise, so you will be also in a sync. Now my Lambda function is created. The first almost thing that you need to do first, enable the timeout. So currently Lambda function will always running with the default timeout, which is a 3 second. I'm making it more memory, 5.1. First of all, increase the memory. Now make it at least 30 seconds. Save it, but before saving, just click on this IAM role, because lots of permissions we need to add in this IAM role, because default IAM role will be containing the very less permission. Okay, now you just need to search for the S3 full access, because we are going to read the S3 bucket. Now we need to also read the SQS queue messages. Select the SQS full access. Then there is a Bedrock also, so just select a Bedrock full access, add a permission. So all those permission will be there. Now make sure that this is just I mean, I'm not going to share this account with anyone, so don't give the full access permission like this. What you need to do, you just need to copy this JSON, and in the resource you will see that which resource. Let me give you an example of S3. So now you can see this is the S3, right? So in full access, I can access my all the bucket with Lambda function, but what is the best practices? You just need to copy this policy, create your custom policy. In the resource, you just mention your bucket name, don't mention this as a star, because it will allow to delete, or I mean, you have the S3 full access for all the available buckets, and which is very risky in terms of the production account. Okay, so just take this as a learning. As of now, I'm fine with this. My code is, I mean, my Lambda handler is created. Now let me go to code. So this is my Lambda handler function, and Lambda handler function always should be start with the Lambda handler event and context. So just let me quickly go through the code. Now understanding this Python code, you should have the basic of, I mean, not in basic, but you should have advanced Python skills. So libraries that we are going to use: JSON, Boto3. Boto3 is a AWS SDK, then base64, logging, OS, decimal module. These are the LLM configuration, max token, then temperature, top P. So all those values we can, I mean, we can tune as to get the more better accuracy, because overall it's LLM. Now we need to set up the Bedrock runtime, then S3 client to read the data, then logger to just get the logging messages, because I mean, print is very slower in terms of the production. Always use the logger. Now ignore all this function as of now. I'm just going into the handler. So handler, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to read the SQS event body. I will be reading the file here. So with the event body, I can able to read my bucket name of file and prefix. So there is a SQS message when someone is uploading the file, so in the message automatically file prefix will be there. Now from that I will be accessing the original file name. I'm also logging out the file name because to just get the idea what is file and which file name is there. Sorry. Now after reading the file, I will use S3 client get object. From the bucket I will be reading the file. Now I'm reading the body of the particular file. Okay. Now there are two types of the prompt: system prompt and prompt. System prompt, it will, you mean you just need to give in the one liner key you are document extractor tool which will read images content and return the data into JSON format. This is a simple system prompt. Now there is a one more prompt, and which will be the very important. So now what I have written, so in LLM engineer, I mean LLM part, prompt engineering is the most important thing. So what I have written, you are a document extractor tool, you will be dealing with Indian legal documents, you need to analyze document image, return a JSON data as output. So this is a very simpler prompt that I have ever written because I don't want to make it complicated. But yes, while working with the production, I have written the prompts which are, I mean, very large. Okay, so this is just a 1% of it. So prompt can be also the large and complex, but this is a simple one. So document I have also mentioned like Aadhar, passport, PAN, ration card, MA card, I mean whatever documents you can mention over here. And now this is the make sure of the following. So this is the instruction that I get, no other content should be this apart from the output JSON. So if you remember or if you know this, when LLM is answering, it might be rephrase your question like this is your answer. So I don't want any of this thing. I need a proper answer in a JSON format. Then document could be in any language, but your output should be in English only. Yes, first two keys of JSON should be. Now I'm giving the structure of JSON. Okay, document type and document language always should be there, and then there is a third key should be there, document extraction, and then in that LLM can put the information of the extraction. Yeah, so this is my prompt. And make sure you are following this structure strictly what is overwritten there. So LLM will follow this strictly. Now if you remember, I told before, whenever I'm going to read the image, I will be converting this image into the base 64. Okay, so base 64 image conversion is done, and now we need, I mean this is the format of the model. So this format can be changed according to the different model, but according to the Anthropic Sonnet model, this is the input format. So we need to mention the Bedrock version, top P, system prompt, message. This is the type I'm mentioning. This is image PNG, base 64 is the format, and encoded image. So here my image will be encoded. Now this is the prompt where I'm giving the prompt. So yes, from all this, and once this is a dump, I will be invoking the model. So this is the model ID Sonnet, input output application JSON, and body I'm giving, yes, this is my body JSON.dumps. Now I will wait for the response. So you can see once response is getting, I'm just decoding into UTF-8, then JSON.loads. I will load the response in JSON. Now after loading the response, there will be the content. Now there is a possibility that the content might be the not in proper JSON format. So I have created two functions over here. So you can see save JSON load. So there are two functions I'm using. It will be repair the JSON if there is any issue in JSON format. So this is doing with the regular expression, and once JSON is clear, then we'll be loading the JSON with save. Save JSON load is a function. Now it will print the JSON that we got. Okay, but now once JSON is, once we got the information of JSON, what we'll be doing, we'll be storing JSON back into the S3 bucket with the same name. So you can see Indian this is the prefix I have given statically, but either you can also think in terms of the dynamic approach, and instead of input data, now I'm asking for output data, and same file name will be there, but with .json extension, and JSON will be there here. This is my prefix, and once everything is done, I will just call the S3 put object and store the information into the JSON, into the S3 bucket, and returning the 200 as a code, and JSON.dumps file name process successful. If there is any error, it will be raising the exception. Yeah, so this was the code. So let me copy this code and paste this into a Lambda handler. Always make sure you deploy the function. Okay, now what we need to do as a next part of procedure. So let me go to you can see 2.2 is done. Now we are going to 2.3 SQS queue creation. So we need to create a standard queue over here. So I'm just mentioning name. What was my Lambda function name? Document extractor. Okay. Visibility timeout 30 seconds. I think these all are the leave. You can leave this as a default. Basic and advanced. Yeah, just create the queue. These all are okay. A queue name must have alphanumeric characters. Okay, I think I need to make it. Okay, there was actually space over there. Yeah, SQS queue is created. Now one more thing we need to update is access policy. Now if you can go to here, there will be access policy. Now we need to paste the access policy JSON which I already have created. So what is this SQS policy about? Because we are going to read the data from S3 bucket, okay, and now this thing will be done by SQS. Okay, so SQS also should have the permission of your particular S3 bucket. Okay, so what you need to do is you just I will provide this SQS policy over there. You just go to your S3 bucket where your data will be there, go to properties, copy the ARN, Amazon resource number. Okay, just copy this and paste into this ARN. You should have pasted ARN here. Other thing, I think you need to also update this ARN as well of your SQS queue. So all those things you need to update, but for me this policy will be working. Okay, so you just need to update these things, and once this is done, you update this. Okay, sorry, I pressed 2 times Control S, very bad practice. Okay, now save. Now my SQS access policy is done. Now we are moving towards a 2.4. We need to enable the S3 trigger. So for that, what you need to do is you just need to scroll into the properties, event notification. You need to create a new event notification. Okay, but let me delete the older one. I don't want to. Yeah, now click on create event notification. Now what we are going to do is we are setting up event. Event means when someone is uploading data into S3 bucket, it will trigger the SQS queue. Okay, now prefix I need to enter, and this is very important. So on which prefix I wanted to do it, let me open S3 bucket again. Okay, you just copy this S3 URI, and now we need to remove lots of things from here. Okay, first of all, always remove the bucket name and remove the file name as well. Okay, suffix you can mention .jpg or png. Okay, but I'm not going to mention anything. Okay, but always I would recommend to mention any suffix. So this is my prefix already set. So on this prefix my SQS queue will be set and it will be working. Event I'm just choosing for the put object event. When someone is uploading the image, then and then it will be triggered. Now most important thing, either we can direct the lambda trigger the lambda function. Okay, but that is not a scalable approach. Select the SQS queue, choose a queue that we have created, save changes. Okay, I think there is some issue with unable to. Okay, let me have a look. Yeah, so there was actually a mistake. I wanted to showcase that mistake as well. What did I wrong actually? If you can see my policy, if you can see here, there will be your SQS queue URL. Okay, but in my case, I have given a different name to SQS, so I forget to change the ARN of my SQS, and that was the error. But now my trigger is already set. You can see successfully create SQS event, and I wanted to show you trigger. So you can see this is the trigger that what is already created, and it will be triggering my SQS queue. Now whenever I'm uploading the document, it will be triggering the SQS queue. Okay, but now who will trigger the lambda function? That is also important because our task will be done by lambda function. So here we also need to set up a second trigger with lambda function. Let me do that. Click on add trigger, select SQS queue. Now which SQS which already we have created, select on activate trigger, leave other configuration as default. Don't change anything because these all are the production related thing. As of now this is fine as a POC level. Okay, batch size 10, batch window make it 0. You don't need a concurrency. If you need a concurrency, make it 500, whatever, maximum is 1000. So concurrency means parallel a request can be run. Okay, let me add a trigger. Now trigger is successfully add. Now let me test it is working well or not. So for that, how to test this, you just need to go to your folder which is input data. So if you can see my SQS queue, so event is set on which folder, let me show you that again. Indian Document Extractor input data. Okay, so let me go to this folder here. So already I have uploaded document, but it will not work like that, because if someone new is uploading the document, then and then it will work. Okay, let me upload any document which is a fake. I'm going to upload this fake PAN card. Let's see. I hope it's suppose gonna work. Now we need to check. You can just go to your Lambda function, click on monitor, because at the end your Lambda function will be triggered. So let's wait. And also there will be one more event will be happening. If you can see, if I'm going to close this, then yeah, you can see output data is created. And now if I'm going to see fake PAN card, so if you can see, I mean my solution ran successful. If you can see the file name which is a fake PAN card, and now it is a fake PAN card JSON. I want to see this JSON. And now you can see document type PAN card, document language is in English, document extraction Priyanka Kumari, I mean those are the private information. So let's validate, I mean let me open the PAN card as well. Yeah, so 3W, I mean most important thing is 3WEKY5JOR4. Yeah, this is accurate. Birth date, father name, full name, PAN card English. I mean this is working well. Okay, let me do testing with other documents as well, and let me show you the logs as well, because if I'm going to refresh, so let me start from the beginning. Okay, I think in initial that was some error. Okay, you can see got the event fake PAN card, and response from the LLM model, and this is the, yeah, now you can see data is dumped into the output data folder. Yeah, so it means that the solution that we have created, it's working well. But let's see with other documents as well. Okay, now for checking the scalability, let me upload lots of documents at the same time. So fake PAN card, fake passport. Okay, let me open this like this. Okay, all 4 documents I'm going to upload at the same time. Let's see. I hope this is right folder. Yes. Now if you will see the execution, multiple execution will be started. And now if I'm going to observe the output folder, yeah, so I think Aadhar card is also processed, PAN card is also processed. I think this is the older one, not the new, but let me refresh this. Okay, till the time let's validate Aadhar card. Yeah, so let me open parallelly Aadhar card to just for validation. Yeah, so if you can see Aadhar card language is in English, Surpreet Kaur, birth date which is also right, Aadhar number 180012001301. Yeah, this is perfect. This is, I mean 100% accuracy I would consider. So let me check for other documents. Let's check for Aadhar card as well. Yeah, so Aadhar card, if you don't know, Aadhar card is health ID document, and if you can see LLM is also identified this is as a health ID document, which is, I mean amazing, right? Because you don't expect to work like this. So you can see it is health ID English. I mean you can see all this information. Okay, so I'm not going to explore, I mean you can see phone number and things are correct here, but I'm not going to spell it out because I think I'm not sure this is right or wrong information, or this is, I'm not sure this is a fake document, might be a right one. Okay, but I can see accuracy is perfect. And now I hope you guys are in sync. We have validated lots of results, and I think from the beginning, let me just show you again the flow. So what we have done, we have created the S3 bucket. We are putting the documents over there. On top of that, we have created SQS Lambda function, and at the end we are using Sonnet model. And once everything is done, once we got the JSON, we are uploading that into the S3 bucket back, and now we are getting data over here. So I think, guys, this was the only thing that I wanted to showcase in this POC. And if you like this video, just make it like, share with your your geeky friends, and don't forget to subscribe Machine Learning Hub YouTube channel. And for all these videos and creating this POC, I'm spending my time apart from my job time, and also I'm also spending some amount of money to record these videos, because these all are going to charge me money, right? So I hope you guys appreciate that. In comment box, if you have any if you have any question, you just mention that. I will get back to you with new video. So till the time, guys, just be safe, happy coding, and thanks for the listening me.